All right, let's dive into this incredible story of discovery. And it's one that's happening right now, deep inside our own bodies. We're about to uncover a hidden conversation, a secret language that could totally change how we think about our health.
And it really all kicks off with this one simple question. Could the trillions of tiny bacteria living in your gut actually be talking to your liver? Sending messages to your other organs. And if they are, what in the world are they saying?
So, to even begin to get this, you have to stop thinking of your gut as just a digestive tube. Instead, picture a gigantic, bustling chemical factory. It is packed to the brim with trillions of microbes, and they are all working 24/7, just churning out this unbelievable variety of chemical compounds. And the scale of this is just mind-boggling. We're talking about one of the most complex chemical environments science has ever encountered. But here's the wild part. A huge chunk of all the molecules these little guys are making, we have no idea what they are or what they do. They're a total mystery. Some scientists even call it our body's biological dark matter.
Okay, so to try and crack this code, scientists decided to zero in on one particular class of molecules. Lipids. Now, I know when you hear lipids, you probably just think fat. But for this, we gotta reframe that. Think of lipids as a really sophisticated chemical language, a way to send very specific signals.
And this is where we get our first big clue. Turns out the lipids our own body makes are built differently than the ones our gut bacteria make. See, our cells almost always use these straight, even-numbered carbon chains. But the bacteria, oh, they get weird with it. They use odd-numbered chains, branch chains. It's kind of like they're speaking a different dialect. And our immune system has learned to recognize these unique bacterial shapes as very distinct messages.
And we can narrow it down even more to a group of bacteria who are the true master artisans of this stuff, the bacteroides. These guys are experts at making a special class of lipids called sphingolipids. And researchers already had a hunch these were super important for keeping our gut lining healthy.
So this all leads us to the central mystery, right? We know these unique bacterial signals exist in the gut, but how do they get anywhere else? How does a chemical message written in the gut get delivered and read by an organ way over on the other side of the body, like the liver? So this is the specific make or break question. Yeah, we know these special sphingolipids are in the gut, but can one of these molecules physically get out, travel through the bloodstream, and show up at the liver intact, ready to deliver a message? That's what scientists had to prove. Just think about how insanely difficult that is. You have to follow one tiny type of molecule out of trillions through the chaos of a living body. It's like trying to follow a single drop of rain in a hurricane. They couldn't just look for it. They needed a way to make it stand out. And this, right here, is where the experiment gets so cool. The researchers came up with this brilliant idea to attach what's basically a molecular GPS tag to these lipids. It would let them follow the molecule's exact path, from the gut bacteria all the way to the body's tissues. Okay, let's walk through how they did it. First, they built a fatty acid with a special chemical tag that they could make glow later on. Then they fed this tagged acid to the bacteroides' bacteria, and the bacteria just used it. They built it right into their sphingolipids. Next, the big test. They fed these tagged bacteria to two groups of mice. Group 1 got the normal bacteria, the BTWT group. Group 2 got a mutant version, the SLMUT group, that couldn't make these special lipids. And finally, they scanned the mice, looking for that telltale glow from the tag. And the result? Whoa. It was incredible. In the mice that got the normal bacteria, the tag lit up like a billboard, right in the liver. And in the mice that got the mutant bacteria, zip, nothing. This was the smoking gun. It was definitive proof that a lipid made by a gut microbe can, and does, travel all the way to the liver. The message was officially delivered. But what was the message? I mean, proving the journey was amazing, but what happened next was even more stunning. It turns out, this little messenger had a huge impact on the mice's health, especially when it came to fighting a really common disease. So let's meet the hero of our story. After a lot of work, scientists gave it a name, homoserine DHCer. This was a brand new sphingolipid, basically one nobody had ever characterized before. And its mission, it turns out, was to travel to the liver and get its metabolic health back on track. Now, this is a really important detail. The scientists weren't using perfectly healthy mice for this part. They actually put them on a special high-sugar, fat-free diet that was specifically designed to cause a dangerous buildup of fat in the liver, a condition called hepatic steatosis. And the researchers themselves summed it up perfectly. They wrote that simply having bacteria that could make these sphingolipids was enough to rescue the liver from all that excess fat. The word they used wasn't reduce, it was rescue. That's a big deal. And you can see it plain as day on this chart. Look at the bar for the mice that got the mutant bacteria, the SLMUT group. Their liver fat is way up there, just like you'd expect. But then, look at the group that got the normal bacteria, the BTWT group. Their liver fat levels just plummeted, all the way back down to a healthy, normal level. It's just, wow. So how did it do it? Well, this bacterial lipid acted like a powerful signal. It showed up at the liver cells and basically flipped a master metabolic switch. It told them, hey, stop storing all this fat and start burning it for energy instead. So let's zoom out. What does this all mean for the big picture? Well, this one amazing discovery completely blows the doors open on a new way of seeing our own bodies. It's not just about one lipid from one bacteria. It's about a massive, hidden network of conversations happening inside of us. Conversations we're just now learning how to listen to. So what are the big takeaways here? First, we now have hard proof of a direct molecular highway connecting our gut microbes to our liver. Second, we know these signals from our microbes can actually reverse signs of disease. And this opens up a whole new frontier for medicine, right? Where we could maybe develop treatments that actually tune these internal conversations to make us healthier. Which really just leaves us with this one final mind-bending question. We just found one message from one type of bacteria that can reverse fatty liver disease in a mouse. If one lipid can do all of that, just imagine, what other conversations are happening inside of you right now, and what incredible secrets are they waiting to tell us?